I'm Travis, this is my garage, and behind me is my 2006 Saab 9.3 Aero Sport Combi. And today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. My garage is kind of messy. For those of you that read my newsletter from last month, you'll know that I'm trying to sell off a bunch of junk I don't need so I can buy the next project car. But don't worry, I'm not getting rid of the 911 or the Maserati or the Saab. This is going to be an in-addition car that, just hasn't found my garage yet. So we'll see what that is. But today we are going to be doing a couple things to the Saab to make it a little bit more exciting to drive. Why don't we just listen to how the car sounds with the stock airbox on it. All right, so we got the air filter in. Let me show you what we're working with. Okay, so everything went together pretty smoothly. One thing that I will call out is I did notice that I'm missing one of these clamps here. So I hadn't ever noticed that before. I guess I hadn't looked too closely, but yeah, anyways, I will need to track down one of those. But this went on pretty smooth. Got all the different pieces in. There's another one down here at the bottom, the rubber piece that kind of hooks it in. And yeah, so there we are. That's done. I'm glad it's in there. I'm not sure that it's really going to make much of a performance gain, but that's not really the goal of this car. It's more sound and kind of excitement. So let's take care of the shifter. This is dead center, and then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then into reverse. Yeah, so funny story about that. Comedy. So yeah, I had my in-laws in town and I let them drive this car because it's the one they feel the most comfortable driving. They're kind of scared to get inside the Maserati or the Porsche, which, I don't blame them. Those are significantly nicer and more expensive cars if you make an accident. And anyways, so my mother-in-law couldn't figure out how to get the thing to reverse, except that I told her before. She's like, I feel like you pull up somehow in order to release it. And she was just yanking on this knob and it popped off, and it's been loose ever since. And that's kind of one of the things that was the back story of why I'm like, oh, this seems like a great time to do all of my mods together, because I wanted to replace the shift boot, put the short shifter in, all those things. But I'd read everything online that's like, you really have to destroy your shift knob and kind of peel it up and then drill into it in order to get the thing to pop off. But because it's impossible, but I guess it's not too impossible because, a 70-year-old woman was able to do it. But here we are. So you saw what I'm working with. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is the piece that goes over the top. It's like this. I'll show you in a second the shifting mechanism, but this goes around it, reinforces it. There's two screws and it goes together. So I took this apart off camera, and what we're going to see is, you can see the shifting action. The one that's moving is the one that gets the reinforcement. So we're going to put that on it now. I don't know if you noticed, but I put some thread locker in there. I've had bolts wiggle themselves loose and it's a huge pain, so I just wanted to be extra careful. But let's take a look and give this thing a test and see if it feels any different. Here's the test. I think the top dead center still has about the same amount of play in it. I'm not noticing any big change there. And if we're gonna go through the gears, you know, I think to me it feels about the same. The bushing probably wasn't too bad to begin with. With this car, as I've driven it, I've noticed it feels pretty good already, but I wasn't sure what to expect. And while I was doing all this work, I thought it'd be good, but I'm not necessarily sold on this one making a big difference for me. Engine bay, back together. We get to do the fun part, also the part I'm the most nervous for, which is going to be the short shifter install. And I'm nervous because it's a modification I can't undo once I do it. And that's due to the fact that you have to cut off the L bend in the bottom of the stock shifter with a hacksaw and install the piece that comes from Genuine Saab in order to make this thing work. So I'm hoping that I don't mess this up, and I'm also hoping that it makes the car feel a lot better. So okay, so that was a little bit more challenging than I wanted it to be, but let me show you what was kind of annoying. So these bushings, you know, they come with the kit, these mounting bushings, and they're kind of just annoying to get out of here. I kept dropping them down inside here, which was, you know, kind of my fault, but I think part of that is mine weren't actually in all that bad of shape. Like the rubber is still pretty good. And so, you know, they were kind of tough to get out, but I imagine if yours are worse, they will, you know, fall out because it'll be harder. But anyways, that was just something I don't know if I had known that the rubber was all pretty good shape, I would have even bothered to do this, but that's that. And then I got this got the shifter out. This piece just kind of comes off, and then you pop the shifter out. So let's take a look at that. I apologize for my messy workbench, but anyways, what we're going to be doing is I have to measure out this and then cut it off with a hacksaw, because the attachment for the short shifter goes on straight here, and then the ball ends up being at the end. Well, there's going to be no going back from this one, so hopefully I don't mess it up. All right, here's the finished product. I off camera put this on. You kind of have to tap it with the hammer, and then they give you some Loctite to lock these two screws in there. But yeah, anyways, there's that. And then also off camera, I put a new shift boot on this thing. This one was pretty old and beat up, and this one's a nice leather one. So I'm hoping once we get this thing all back together, it's gonna look and feel pretty great. That was a major pain in the ass to get that in there. Mostly the little ball at the bottom of the shifter, I couldn't get it to go in, and so let me kind of show you. What I ended up doing was this. I had to slide this up underneath to support it from the bottom. I had to do two of them actually. And then I could get the female piece high enough up underneath the shifter that then when I could really push it down and it wouldn't move anywhere and I could get him to latch. But it took a long time, and I'm glad that that's done with. So it's pretty late. I'm gonna call it a night, and you know, I'm gonna have to put it together again tomorrow, or finish putting it together tomorrow, and then we can give it a test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse. All right, we're giving this car a proper shakedown. Let's do it. You can really hear the turbo whoosh and the intake sound with the BSR intake. I am actually pretty impressed with it. I didn't think I was going to be able to hear it that much, but yeah, it sounds great. And you know, to wrap it up, the shifter feels great too. I had a little bit of a problem right after I put it in. I was having difficulty getting into 6th gear sometimes, but once I got the thing on the road and have been giving it a little bit of a drive, it feels great. I have no problems with it, and it is so much more precise than it was before. I guess it's one of those things where you just didn't realize how bad it was compared to how it was supposed to be until you get something that feels differently. So I would say for the money, both of these mods have been great value. You know, the intake, the BSR intake, I got it from Genuine Saab. After I bought it, I found it much cheaper directly from BSR. I know months back I was having trouble getting things imported from Europe with all the tariffs, and you know, like Sweden wasn't sending things to the United States. So a lot of the Saab parts I was having trouble getting them to ship them to me. But I think it's probably okay now, and you know, so you could look there if you're interested in getting one. But yeah, the car feels so much more alive. So thanks for coming along with me on this one, and hopefully we'll be able to do some more fun stuff with this Saab.